SmackDown Live wins again last week, giving them a commanding 3-0 lead ever since this so-called superstar shakeup. Now, if you're noticing that the things aren't evening out, it's like SmackDown's up here and Raw's down here. And by the way, I'm simulating a picture of Charlotte's boobs right now, in case none of you have checked that out. Regardless of the fact, let's see if Raw can rebound after yet another disastrous week, as In the Ring starts now. Welcome back to our In the Ring WWE Battle of the Brands review show, where you guys vote on which brand had the better show for the week. I'm your host, Rich Diaz. Now let's talk wrestling. It's time for Battle of the Brands. On Monday Night Raw this week, a lot of you saw Braun Strowman wearing an arm sling. Now that was legit because he does have a legit elbow injury. Yes, they played it off on TV like Roman Reigns hit him with a chair in his arm and he'll be gone for whatever amount of time. Braun has to have surgery on his elbow, which will keep him out 4 to 8 weeks, as is being reported. Which kind of sucks for him because now they're when his big push. I figured that he'd be the one facing off against Lesnar in July for the Universal title, like great balls of fire, and moving on. But this puts a serious damper on what could have been one hell of a push. Cesaro and Sheamus win tag team turd oil, as in hi 1 2 3. We all knew that was going to happen. What was the purpose for having these two guys compete in this match when clearly from last week it showed that they were not done with the Hardys and the Hardys weren't done with them? Oh, I know what that's called. That's called filler. Because on Raw, even though that they have the most superstars and the most time, it's like they don't know what to do to fill time in on the show. So let's have a turd oil match. Maybe this time they'll get the victory and then the Hardys might break. The two people who have been featured the most prominently on Raw ever since the Superstar shakeup have been Dean Ambrose and The Miz. They came over from SmackDown and it seems like the whole show is really built around these two guys. They were co-GMs, they made matches for each other, they both lost their matches. Miz won the #1 contendership a week ago. He was supposed to get the title match at Extreme Rules. Apparently this match is now going to happen next week on Raw. Maybe this is a setup where Ambrose wins here and then Miz wins at Extreme Rules, or maybe Miz wins the IC title next week on Raw and gives Ambrose the rematch at Extreme Rules. I don't know, and I really don't care. This feud is already sickening. Now let's move on to SmackDown Live. Jinder Taj Mahal pulls off the big victory, pinning WWE Champion Randy Orton in the 6-man tag team match, which was the main event of SmackDown, which, by the way, if you're keeping count at home, that means Sami Zayn still has not won a match yet on SmackDown, even though he didn't take the pin here. Now it makes sense for Mahal to pin Orton because, hey, he's the #1 contender, and just like 3 weeks ago, he was doing jobs to everybody. So now that he's the #1 contender, it seems that he has to look strong. So, smart idea for having him pin the champion. Doesn't mean that he's going to win the title. This will probably be like a 2-3 minute match at the most at the pay-per-view. But it's nice to see Jinder doing something different. You know what I hate, guys? Repetitiveness. People and shows that do the same exact thing. Another 6-women match has been made for Backlash, where the welcoming committee will face off against Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. And now, yes, they're teasing the whole thing where Naomi and Charlotte don't get along, and how can they coexist against this strong duel of Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina, please, okay? Regardless of the fact, SmackDown just, it seems like they keep doing the same thing over and over and over, just with different people. Do something new. You remember when you guys were like, why is Brock Lesnar facing off against Goldberg? There's not going to be any build-up from week to week. We have seen, 5 weeks of build-up between Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler with the same thing. Dolph Ziggler talks crap about Nakamura. Nakamura comes out with his broken English and talks crap about Ziggler. They fight a little bit. Nakamura stands there with the crowd cheering. Over and over. And how many times have they had their match already for the Dark Show? And even in Madrid, Spain. But we have to wait yet another week and a half to see these guys face off against each other at Backlash, which is stupid at this point. They should have just had this match already like 3 weeks ago on SmackDown. So which brand had the better show this week? Raw or SmackDown? Cast your vote in the comment section below. Just simply enter in Raw or SmackDown, and we'll reveal which brand had the most votes in next week's segment. Now it's time for my 2 cents. John Cena will be reportedly coming back to WWE a lot sooner than expected because of declining ratings on SmackDown. Now, again, let's think about something. We here on this show, we vote. You guys say that SmackDown's the better show. To me, it's not that SmackDown's the better show. SmackDown just sucks less than Raw. And the fact that you're going to bring back Cena early from whatever he was doing, filming his movie or whatever it is, The problem there is that no matter what you do, SmackDown will most likely always lose the ratings battle with Raw. And what does bringing back John Cena do to freshen up the brand? Nothing whatsoever. But at the same time, I like Cena in the role as part-timer, because it's that old adage of, how can I miss you if you're never gone? Finally, you can show your support by hitting that like and subscribe button now. I'm Rich Diaz, and this has been In The Ring. I will see you this Monday for our WWE Slam Crate Unboxing Masters of the Mic.